Commander Zeltar Growan had observed 39 species in his long military career. He had survived ice wars, lava duels, and even the sandworm diplomacy failure on planet Varnak. He was respected, feared, and never laughed, till now. His new assignment was to evaluate the human military academy on Earth. It's called West Point 2.0. He expected boring drills and weak training, but what he found was something completely different, something strange. Zeltar arrived on Earth in a wet green place called New York Forest District. He used a flesh disguise and called himself Captain Jin. He entered the campus through a side gate, holding a fake human ID and a duffel bag. No one checked. One cadet shouted, "Nice haircut, Jin. Welcome to hell." It was not a greeting. It was a warning. Day 1. Arrival and confusion. Zeltar expected serious marching. Saw students in uniform, yes, but they were yelling about socks. One male cadet screamed, "Blue socks on Tuesday? Are you trying to get us killed?" The other replied, "These are training blue." The argument ended when a female instructor threw a shoe and yelled, "Socks are discipline, cadets." Zeltar made a note. Humans prioritize sock color for war readiness. Later, he entered the sleeping quarters. 4 cadets were arguing over who snored louder. One was upside down on the bunk bed. Zeltar asked, "What time is rest protocol?" A girl named Hai Jin laughed. "Rest? You're funny, Jin. Wait till PT." He didn't know what PT meant. Day 2. PT equals pure torture. At exactly 0500, a loud whistle woke everyone. Zeltar fell off his bed. An angry man in a red cap yelled, "Get up! It's peanut butter jelly time." Zeltar panicked. Is this a code? A food war? A ritual? He followed the cadets outside. PT was physical training. First, they ran in circles. While singing, songs included Banana Army and something called Chicken Wing Drill. Then they lifted heavy things, threw balls at each other, and did burpees. Zeltar tried to do a burpee, fell, twisted his fake human leg, and yelled in Zarnakian, "Duh." A cadet named Jaewon helped him up. "You okay, Jin?" Zeltar nodded. "This is normal." Jaewon grinned. "Normal. This is easy. Wait till Mr. E's." Zeltar didn't know what Mr. E's were. He was scared now. Day 3. Tactical madness. Zeltar finally saw weapons training, he thought. Finally, something logical. Each cadet received a long rifle with a knife on the front. They stood in a line. The instructor screamed, "Bayonet charge!" Everyone screamed back and ran at wooden dummies. One cadet tripped and stabbed a tree. He saluted it and shouted, "Sorry, Corporal." Everyone laughed. Another cadet shouted for snack duty and charged like a wild animal. Hands trembled. This was not war. This was chaos. The tree was later given the nickname Corporal Pine. It got a helmet, Zeltar noted. Humans promote trees. It's unclear if symbolic or mental disorder. Day 4. Mr. E's. Weapons or food. Lunch was in silver packets called Mr. E's meals ready to eat. Zeltar picked a chili mac. He took one bite. Suddenly his brain felt hot. His ears buzzed. He remembered his larva days in the hatching pool. He forgot how to blink. "Is this poison?" He gasped. A cadet named Sunmi laughed. "Act! That's one of the good ones." Another added, "Try beef stew if you want to meet the gods." Zeltar went to the medic. The medic gave him hot sauce. Hot sauce. Zeltar's report read, "Human food doubles." As chemical warfare, possibly intentional. Day 5. Chaos House. Today was live fire exercise. Cadets were told to enter a fake building and clear the enemies. Zeltar watched from the tower. 2 cadets kicked down the door yelling, "Room service." One male cadet pretended to be a goat to confuse the targets. It worked. A female cadet defused a fake bomb while singing Britney Spears. They passed. Zeltar fainted for 10 seconds. When he woke up, he wrote, "Humans fight using surprise jokes. Performance art. Danger level rising. Day 6. PowerPoint torture. Today was classroom learning. Zeltar entered the hall hopeful. The topic, battlefield management and logistics. Tool, PowerPoint, slide after slide after slide, bullet points, charts. Arrows. After 15 minutes, Zeltar began sweating. One cadet passed out. Instructor shouted, "Waterboard his eyeballs." Zeltar tried to escape. A cadet stopped him. "Don't move. The bullets can sense fear." He wasn't joking, Zeltar added. PowerPoint equals visual hypnosis weapon. It's possibly illegal. Day 7. Global joint training today. Cadets from many countries. Trained together? Language barriers? No problem. They spoke through movie quotes, sarcasm, and random dance moves. One squad trapped the enemy leader. They duct-taped him to a hover drone. He flew into a tree. The tree did not respond. They high-fived anyway. Zeltar couldn't understand how this academy still existed. He recorded. Conclusion. Humans are unpredictable, dangerous, and bizarre. They use humor, pain, confusion, and bad food to become stronger. I came here expecting weakness. I found unstoppable madness. He looked at the cadets one last time. They were singing again. Something about ducks. Zeltar sighed. Commander Zeltar Growan was tired. His disguise as Captain Jin had stayed in place, but his mind was breaking. He had studied over 39 species across the galaxy. None of them had confused him like humans did. Now it was the second. Week inside the Human Military Academy, West Point 2.0. Zeltar had expected structure, logic, and order. Instead, he found madness. Every day was a new type of confusion. Day 8, the slideshow torture. Zeltar sat in a room filled with cadets. Today was a briefing. He was excited. Maybe this would be serious. Maybe it would help him understand human. Battle logic, then it began. PowerPoint. Slide after slide. Arrows, words, bullet points, graphs nonsense. A cadet named Bora fell asleep after slide 5. Another sung whispered, "Help, ... I'm melting." The instructor ignored them and kept clicking. Slide 23. How to march. Slide 24. Why? Socks matter in combat. Slide 35. Morale and mascots. Zeltar blinked 5 times in confusion. On slide 41, he thought he saw a dancing cat holding a grenade. No one else reacted, he wrote in his report. PowerPoint is a human brain attack. Ban tech on 5 planets. Very dangerous. Day 9. Teamwork of chaos. It was time for a big training game. Cadets from many human nations were divided into 2 teams. Zeltar expected miscommunication. He was wrong. They used jokes, movie quotes, and loud music to plan their strategy. Jiho yelled, "I'm here to chew gum and kick butt, and I'm all out of gum." Kyung answered with, "Say hello to my little friend," and held up a water balloon. They laughed, and they attacked. One squad distracted the other team with terrible dance moves. Another used a speaker to play opera music while crawling through. The mud Zeltar didn't understand any of it, but somehow they won. Fast. Without real weapons. Just madness, he noted. Humans do not need common language. They speak through chaos. Day 10. Ranks. What ranks? Zeltar tried again to learn human military structure. He followed Cadet Jiwoo, who led a team of 10, but no one called her commander or captain. They called her mom, boss. Lady or Queen Jiwoo? She answered to all of them. One cadet asked, "Can I be Vispotato today?" Jiwoo said, "Only if you pass the obstacle course without crying." Gilter stared at his notebook. He wrote, "Human ranks are flexible, possibly emotional-based. Titles seem like jokes but are respected." Day 11. The laughing weapon. In A. Practice ambush drill. Cadet Sujin stepped forward and began telling bad jokes. Why did the alien go to school? 'Cause he wanted to be a little brighter. The enemy squad got confused. Then they started laughing. Then they forgot they were supposed to be hiding. Boom. Game over. Sujin's team won. Zeltar stood in shock. He whispered to himself, "They weaponize." Comedy? He added to his report, "Humans fight with emotion. Fear, anger, sadness, and now, humor. No species can predict this." Day 12. Operation Duck Bomb. It was time for the final exam. Full simulation war. The mission, capture the enemy flag. Teams formed. Cadet Youngmi had a plan. "Let's go janitor style," she said. Chi, Jaewon, and Hyunwoo dressed in cleaning uniforms. And carried mops, they walked into enemy space like they were cleaning floors. No, one stopped them. They placed a large inflatable rubber duck in the enemy base. A sign on it said, "Super Secret EMP Device." The enemy team panicked. They shouted, "Do not touch the duck." While they argued, Jiwoo's team stole the flag. Victory. Zeltar fell off his observation seat again. He wrote, "Humans use distraction, humor, and complete nonsense to win battles." The duck was a lie, but the victory was real. Day 13. Goodbye ceremony. Zeltar thought they might do a serious goodbye. It was wrong. Cadets gave him a paper certificate that read, "Honorary Human, Department of Chaos." There were stickers of cats, pizza, and one alien waving. They threw confetti. Someone gave him a plastic crown. "Cadet," Gisu said. "You're one of us now, Jin." He didn't know what to say. He just smiled. For real, that night karaoke started. Again, Zeltar surprised everyone by singing a sad Zarnakian war song. He expected laughter, but the cadets stood still. Some even looked emotional when he finished. Giwoo whispered, "That hit deep." They all clapped, not because they understood, but because they felt it. Day 14. Final thoughts? Zeltar sat alone that night, typing his report, his mission. It was complete. He came expecting weakness, found something far worse and far better. He found unity in confusion. He found strength. He found loyalty in strange words and glitter bombs. His final words: "The humans are not the most advanced, not the fastest, not the strongest, but they are something I have never seen before. They are wild, smart, kind, strange, and impossible to defeat. They use anything to win songs, jokes, sauce, socks, even rubber ducks. They fight like fools, but they survive like legends. I request permanent transfer to Earth. I wish to learn more. I wish to stay with them." Zeltar Growan, Observer Corps, now a proud member of Human Chaos Division.